Our task for this video is going to be constructing the bisector of an angle. All right, just like a line segment has a length and the bisector cuts that into two line segments that are each half the length of the original line segment, an angle has a degree measure. And so an angle bisector is going to be a ray or a line segment that cuts the measure of that angle into two equal sized angles. All right, let's take a look at the screen. So here's our angle. And once again, I hope you're noticing, putting these constructions together, that there are only so many ways you can use a compass and a straight edge, especially if you're not using the ruler portion of a straight edge. If you can't measure anything with your straight edge, the only thing you can do with it is to calculate, find 2 points and connect them with a straight line. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our compass to some distance. Maybe I can make it a little wider than that. And I want to mark off arcs from my vertex on both sides of the angle. All right, and where these arcs meet the sides of the angle, I will call them B and C. Now I could connect B and C with my line, with my straight edge, but that doesn't really solve the problem of bisecting the angle. So here's what I'm going to do. With my compass again, staying at the same distance, I'm going to measure an arc from B and an arc from C, and I'm going to try and find the point that is the same distance. And this happens every once in a while. I wanted them to meet and I didn't draw the arc from B correctly. No big deal. I'm just going to go back and correct that. All right. So now I've got my intersection point and I'm going to call that D. Any guesses what we do next? Well, let's use our straight edge and connect A and D. Okay. And there we see we have split the angle into two pieces. So this angle and that angle are both the same size, and they are each half of the size of the original angle. So that line segment or ray from A to D bisected the angle as we wanted it to. Let me go ahead and do this one more time, just in case, because you may have thought, well, that's an acute angle. Let's try doing it with an obtuse angle and see if it's the same process. All right, so there's going to be my vertex. And I just want two rays coming off. So there's a nice obtuse angle. But it's going to be the same routine as before. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark two arcs the same distance from my vertex. And these points I'm going to call B and C. And then from B and C, I'm going to find another point the same distance from B and C. And once again, I almost failed to find that intersection point. All right. And right where curvy X marks the spot, that is going to be the line segment that, if I connect this and make a ray out of it, it sure seems like it cut that that angle into two equal sized angles. So that gives you a sense of how to bisect an angle using a compass and straight edge.